Mr. President, thank you for sitting down with me for your first post-presidency interview. I look forward for a chance to set the record straight. Well, let's get right to it then, Mr. President. What has been your greatest accomplishments as president? Healthcare is now right. The nation is more secure. We got out of Iraq and Afghanistan. We've increased our prominence in the world and improved the desperate economy that I inherited. But, Mr. President, isn't it true that the arbitrary pullout of our troops is responsible for Iraq spinning out of control and a growing caliphate for ISIS? Iraq and ISIL are Bush's fault. Mr. President, you mentioned the economy. Isn't it true that the labor participation rate is lower now and the mean household income has retreated since you took office? As I've said many times, the economy is Bush's fault. And if the Republicans would not have blocked me at every turn, I would have taken so much more from the rich and given to the middle class. But I'm only one person. Well, Mr. President, you mentioned that the Affordable Care Act is one of your greatest accomplishments. Isn't it true that only a minority of Americans consider the ACA in favorable terms and are angry that it was passed based on false pretenses? No. Almost all Americans love it. And as they experience it more, they love it even more. It sells itself. It was passed by the most transparent and honest means ever seen in politics. Well, Mr. President, what about the polls that cite that most Americans are actually angry about statements that you made, such as, if you like your doctor, you can keep him. The ACA will reduce a family's insurance premiums by $2,500 annually. It will not increase the debt by a single dime. The anger is ginned up by Republicans in Congress and talk radio. The American people love the ACA. Well, Mr. President, then what would you consider were your greatest failures as president? Oh, well, that's easy. Not getting the intransigent Republicans to pencil whip more of my European socialist ideals. Well, in your time as president, do you feel that you were treated fairly by your political opponents and the press? In a word, no. Mine was the most transparent, honest, and accountable administration in history. My political opponents spent 8 years drumming up phony scandals, lies about Benghazi, IRS targeting of conservatives, long lines at VA hospitals, things like that. And by the way, the press was complicit. Well, Mr. President, do you have anything positive to say about your political opponents, the Republicans in Congress? Republicans opposed me at every turn. Like I said, mine was the most transparent and inclusive administration in American history. And Republicans in Congress opposed every single solitary program, plan, and initiative I proposed. They opposed everything I did, try to improve the lives of every American, including them, simply because they came from me and they just don't like me. Mr. President, are you saying that they don't like you personally, or they didn't agree with your policies? Clearly they see me as different, and they cling to their guns and religion, and don't like those whom look different. One cannot reason with people like this, and that is why, immediately after taking office, I decided to tackle healthcare. Told them that they can come along for the ride, but they have to sit in the back of the bus. That is how I govern. Oh, and before we go, I have shown every foreign leader and every future president how to deal with those lying, deceitful, genocide-avoiding Israelis. You isolate them and play moral equivalency games with the press. Do this long enough, and the dogs will eventually eat them. Don't leave this work unfinished. Obama out.